Welcome to the CRB project Site Safety Orientation. This orientation will take about 20 minutes and will give you an understanding of the minimum required site safety expectations. Client-specific expectations will be covered on-site with the EHS manager before you begin your first day of work. Our project EHS philosophy is based upon ethical conduct, mutual trust, and teamwork. To ensure continuous improvement, we challenge, test, re-evaluate, and continually raise our standards of excellence. The heart of our EHS program is a belief that all incidents can be avoided and a firm commitment by all employees to achieve zero incidents and to remove all conditions that could lead to injury, damages, and losses. Our success depends upon the combined capability and contribution of all project employees, CRB, subcontractors, and other third parties involved in project execution. CRB is dedicated to fostering a work environment that challenges, enriches, and rewards each individual. At CRB, safety is not just a goal, it is a requirement. Employee safety is more important than profit, quality, schedule, or customer satisfaction. If we cannot perform our work in accordance with established EHS procedures and OSHA standards, we will not do it. Our safety values. 1. Nothing we do is worth anyone getting hurt. 2. Safety can be managed. 3. Workplace injuries can be prevented. 4. Safety and health are everyone's responsibility. CRB has adopted a zero injuries philosophy of safety management. This means that there must be a strong commitment by all management to the concept that zero injuries are the only acceptable objective. Any other objective implies that injuries are expected and acceptable. To achieve this objective, CRB has established the following safety policy. 1. Preventing accidents is a prime function of management, and they are responsible for injury prevention. 2. A safety and health system will be developed, implemented, and administered at each office and on each project. 3. Project management is accountable for the safety and health of all employees. 4. All employees will follow safety policies and work practices. The goal of project safety is zero injuries. This is how we will work together toward that goal. 1. We must ensure that we perform work safely, without risk to either personnel or property, and without damaging the environment. 2. No level of safety, even surpassing industry standard, will be satisfactory until we achieve this goal. 3. Schedule or other considerations shall not supplant this goal, and CRB shall expect subcontractors to be like-minded in this regard. 4. Both CRB and subcontractors shall remain vigilant to eliminate complacency, even if the project's safety record during early stages or any part of the project is exemplary. 5. CRB will ensure that all activities are in accordance with the legal requirements. 6. Our objectives and standards shall ensure that EHS conditions are priority items. HammerTech. One of the primary tools for documenting progress toward the goal is HammerTech. All subcontractors are required to utilize the HammerTech safety software. To ensure the efficiency in managing the information exchange in this project, CRB is utilizing the HammerTech web-based collaboration system for all parties involved in the project. The HammerTech system will be the only recognized method of transmittal for formal safety documentation. Most of the documentation will be uploaded by your supervisor. However, every worker may be required to sign in and out daily using HammerTech. Additionally, you will sign your JHA, pre-task plans, and other permits as required. Comprehensive training can be scheduled with the CRB site safety representative. Now let's talk about how to get to work. When you enter the project site for the first time, you will pull into the security booth and go through a brief safety orientation with security. You will then get a badge that will let you into the west parking lot. Contractors are to park in the southern end of the west parking lot. When walking to the contractor entrance labeled on the map, you must remain on the sidewalk and use safety crossings appropriately. Walking outside of the safety crossings could result in a Campbell's safety violation that comes with a monetary penalty. Using your Campbell's security badge, you will take a left followed by an immediate left to walk toward the wash stations before entering the work area. All contractors must wash their hands, don hair and beard nets, and all the required personal protective equipment. This includes steel toe boots, long pants, minimum of 4-inch sleeves, hard hat, and CZ87 approved safety glasses, a 3-cut level gloves, high visibility vest or shirt, and hearing protection. Respiratory protection will be provided by your employer when required. Stop work authority. While on site, it is important to know about stop work authority. Stop work authority is not just a right, but everyone's responsibility. Stop work if it is unsafe, or you are unsure, or have questions about how to do a job safely. When working and are presented with unforeseen tasks, stop and plan the work safely and document changes to your pre-task plan. Whenever the plan changes, revisit the plan and make modification to the pre-task plan before you proceed. If you ever use your stop work authority, the CRB project team will always support you. All stop should be communicated to CRB. If you have any questions, feel free to contact project leadership. Campbell's facility policy. Eating and drinking allowed only in designated break areas or in personal vehicles. No eating in the work area. Only water is allowed on the construction site. Containers must be controlled. Hand washing is required when entering a production/processing area, kitchen area, and when exiting a restroom. Tobacco use of any kind, including e-cigarettes or vapes, will only be tolerated in designated smoking tobacco areas outside the facility in your personal vehicles. Cell phones are not to be used inside the building unless you have approval from Campbell's Soup. Picture taking or recording via any device is prohibited within the plant. Non-Campbell's Soup employees caught violating this policy will be escorted off the property. Campbell's Soup unique hazards. A unique hazard at the Campbell's facility is the presence of 5 radioactive fill-tech devices and 8 X-ray devices on site. To stay safe around radioactive equipment, do not place your hand or any body part inside a machine, and observe all warning signs. If there is an emergency, follow these guidelines. 1. Evacuate the area. 2. Identify all persons who might have been exposed and seek medical attention immediately. 3. Barricade the area surrounding the machine and prevent any entrance to the area. 4. Notify supervision, the safety manager, and the environmental engineer. Inclement weather. Texas is known for its lightning and inclement weather. The following precautions will be made for lightning events. 30 miles of the job site, a warning will be announced. 20 miles of job site, cranes, aerial lifts, and elevated work shall stop, and those employees shall come to ground level. Employees shall ensure that all work is left in a safe condition. 10 miles of job site. All employees must take shelter in vehicle, trailers, or approved enclosed and grounded building. Work shall remain shut down, and all personnel shall remain in the designated areas until the site safety team has given an all clear. Inclement weather may cause an assembly or evacuation. Know your muster points and tornado shelter location. Restrooms are typically designated tornado shelters. Emergency response. Each trade partner will have a first aid kit and bloodborne pathogen kit in their respective work areas. A large first aid kit and bloodborne pathogen kit can be found in the CRB construction office. An AED can be found in CRB construction office. A map to local medical centers can be found next to them. Campbells has on-site medical staff and facilities. Emergency action plan will be discussed in detail on-site. However, it should be noted that all incidents, regardless of the severity, need to be reported to CRBHS as soon as is reasonably practicable. In a medical emergency event, ensure scene is safe and then contact site safety or site management. Verify that 911 services are being contacted if needed, and stay with the injured employee so long as it is safe to do so. Call for the nearest AED if needed. In a fire emergency, extinguish the fire only if it is safe to do so with a fire extinguisher, and you feel comfortable doing it. Clear all other personnel away from the area. Then contact site safety or site management and report the fire. Never go back into a fire area once you've left. Discipline and planning. Safety violations will not be tolerated. Depending on the severity or repetition, violations can result in suspension from the project. Serious violations or violations of our zero tolerance policy may result in removal from the project without warning. The zero tolerance policy includes the following. 1. Unsafe behavior and blatant disregard of personal peer safety. 2. Theft, gambling, fighting, or endangering the physical welfare of personnel. 3. Obscene or reckless behavior. 4. Crossing red barricade danger tape without permission. 5. Creating an intimidating, hostile, or offensive work environment. Sexual harassment is any unwelcome verbal, visual, or physical conduct of a sexual nature that affects working conditions or creates a hostile work environment. Workplace harassment is unacceptable conduct and is not tolerated at any level. You each have responsibility for maintaining high standards of honesty, integrity, and conduct. Any person who believes he or she is a victim of harassment, including sexual harassment, should report the allegation to his/her supervisor or contact safety. 6. Bringing weapons or firearms onto client property. 7. Tobacco use, including vapes or e-cigarettes in non-designated tobacco areas. 8. Possession or use of alcohol, illegal drugs, or any drug not prescribed to you. 9. Demonstrating a repeated pattern of noncompliance. 10. Bypassing a critical interlock LOTO without authorization. 11. Performing any kind of permit-required work without a signed and approved permit. 12. Not having fall protection in place where required. Campbell's facilities mandates fall protection at 4 feet elevations or higher. Safety violations will not be tolerated. Depending on the severity or repetition, violations can result in suspension from the project. Serious violations or violations of our zero-tolerance policy may result in removal from the project without warning. A comprehensive job hazard analysis must be submitted for review 3 working days before the commencement of work. The JHA provides details breaking down your scope by task, listing the hazards associated with that task and how your company intends to mitigate those hazards. APTP is different because it takes in account the work environments as it changes daily. APTP pre-task plan must be completed prior to beginning any tasks every day. If the task or scope changes, review and modify the PTP and resubmit it for approval. All crew members are expected to know and understand the tasks, hazards, and controls listed on the PTP. The PTP must be updated at all times throughout the day and provided daily. CRB requires special work permits when a task is considered high risk. The following are examples of required work permits. 1. Hot work. 2. Excavations. 3. Lockout tagout. 4. Permit required and non-permit required confined space. 5. Crane and non-crane rigging. 6. Roof access. 7. Work from height. 4 feet. When planning work, make sure that all employees have been trained on how to perform your scope safely according to OSHA, CRB, Campbell's, and your own company safety policy. Whosever policy is more stringent must be followed. Equipment tool operation. Only certified and authorized employees can operate equipment, forklifts, aerial lifts, etc. Any spotter must also be certified in that aerial lift. All mobile equipment and tools shall be inspected prior to operation. Mobile equipment inspections must be documented daily. All damaged or defective tools will be immediately taken out of service and tagged "Do Not Use," along with the deficiency. Power tools shall be used per the manufacturer's instructions, including the use of all guards, handles, and blades. Grinders require use of the handle, guard, and a face shield. Always have 2 hands on the tool. Be aware of and adjust loose clothing while using rotating tools. Make sure all electrical cords and outlets are inspected, tested, and marked in accordance with CURB's assured grounding program. All electrical cords, tools, ladders, rigging, and fall protection devices and gear must be inspected monthly. Each trade partner is responsible for maintaining a current inventory of applicable safety datasheets, SDS, and submitting into HammerTech. SDS can be used to understand and protect against a potentially hazardous substance. Housekeeping. Employees are expected to keep their areas clean and orderly on a continuous and daily basis. Travel paths and emergency egress routes must remain clear of obstructions. All cords, hoses, welding leads, and other materials shall be used and stored in a manner that does not create a hazard. Whenever possible, everything should be on wheels. Final words. We are all on the same team with the same purpose and the same goal. Let's be successful together. Be accountable. Take ownership of your actions. Take the time and do it right the first time. No one knows everything, so ask questions when needed. Safety is everyone's responsibility.